First National Bank has acquired the operations of the Royal Bank of Canada in Saint Lucia, St. Vincent, and currently has a stake in RBC Grenada. Executive Manager for Marketing and Public Relations at First National Bank, Robert Février, says this is the first step of many towards what is hoped to be a relatively swift process.
We started negotiations approximately 15 months ago. Of course, it has been a long road, a road that our managing director in particular and our chair of the board, Mr. Fulgens, traveled and had to travel in confidence and in secrecy. So a lot has been going on behind the scenes that we had to keep strictly confidential for purposes of this transaction. Right now we are awaiting documentation to move into the second step in terms of the regulatory authority. This is the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, the ECCB. So this is really the first major step in the transaction, and hopefully that transaction will be completed within 12 months in terms of closing the deal. So at this moment, the two entities, Royal Bank of Canada in Saint Lucia and of course in the Eastern Caribbean, and of course First National Bank, we will continue to operate as usual, as normal, so nothing is affected. We continue to operate as two separate entities until the deal is finally sealed within 12 months.
Février says that the idea of a local bank purchasing an international bank goes contrary to the expectations of many, but it is testimony to the company's long-standing commitment to encouraging the development of the island's residents.
I know that initially when the announcement was made, some people were a little confused because RBC they are an international bank, and of course we're an indigenous bank, a local bank. So naturally the logic would be that the international bank would purchase, an indigenous bank or a small bank like ours. But it really speaks to the determination, the tenacity, and the wisdom that we have in terms of our leadership at First National Bank, and that we want to see growth, we want to see development for our country, most importantly, because, the foundation was set way back when, 81 years ago, and that was always a dream, really, to really be there for St. Lucians. And if we can expand and grow, within that space and outside, then we can benefit our people and especially our talent, that's our staff. So having that growth and development can only be beneficial to opening doors and opportunities for the staff.
Février says he's particularly excited about the move and what it will mean for the staff.
What I like to focus on is the opportunities that it will create for the staff here, for the staff at RBC, in terms of growth, in terms of movement. Who is to say that we won't have some of our staff, our RBC staff in St. Vincent? The opportunities for training, the opportunities for learning, the opportunities for growing, and also for expanding, because we may go into other areas that we are not in now. Once we have a pool of people, a talent, we may decide to go in another area that we always wanted to go, but we did not have the sufficient resource to do so. So I think it's a positive move when I really look at it. And also, there's no question that some staff at RBC will benefit. That is just how it is. People will benefit. And also, too, I think lessons can be learned from here too. For all of us who are in the workforce, that we give our best, we put our best foot forward, because the way the world works, you just never know. You want the best talent. And so I think, that's something that we will look at. But it's early days, it's very early days, and but I know down the road there will definitely be opportunity and benefits.
First National Bank is a major player within the consortium of 5 banks, which also includes Antigua Commercial Bank, National Bank of Dominica, Bank of Montserrat, and the Bank of Nevis. Russell Lord for the HDS News Force.